Welcome back. I'm Mindy Turner with the Curry County Cooperative Extension Service, your family and consumer science agent. This is part 2 of our series on mediation basics, learning how to more effectively navigate conflict within groups, families, just in your own personal communications. So looking at how we can use some basic mediation skills to become better communicators. Last time we talked about listening and being a more effective and efficient listener and acknowledging others. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about restating and reflecting because we don't always, even once we hear it, we don't always know what to do with that information or how to continue or evolve that conversation. So that's what we're going to look at now. So after listening, you may choose to restate what you heard. So that is, you're going to say back exactly what someone said. Another option is maybe to paraphrase it. So how you understood it, okay, what you think they said. So we're going to say it back in such a way that we get the meaning, but we make some word substitutions. Sometimes this can help diffuse a situation too. If they're really upset, really angry, maybe we can put a little more positive spin on something in how we say. But this also helps acknowledge what they're feeling and what we're hearing to make sure that we're listening more effectively. But we want it to maintain their meaning for what they're trying to say. And then the reflecting part is a skill. It's designed to, again, acknowledge their level of emotion or their state of being, where they are above and beyond what this particular situation may be. Where are they in life that's affecting how they're responding and how they're reacting and what those emotions are for them. So we listen for what's between the lines and then we test our perception. So the whole idea of what we're doing with restating and paraphrasing is we're going, hey, I think this is what's going on. Is this really what's going on? And giving them the opportunity to validate that. So I might say, oh, so you're saying, and the response may be, no, that's not it. And then they can further define what they're trying to tell you. Or they may say, that's what I said, but that's not what I meant, which is very important in understanding and limiting the conflict, is to know, yeah, those are the words, but that wasn't what I was trying to say. Because in the heat of the moment, when we're trying to discuss things, sometimes we can say it and that's not really what we wanted to say. So helping them, and whether you're that third person in the midst of a conflict between two others in a group and you have to deal with that, or this is something that you're dealing with as part of the conflict, rephrasing, paraphrasing, and reflecting can be great skills to learn and use in that communication. So they're offering information and we restate or paraphrase it. Why would we want to do that? Well, because we want to translate it. We want to make sure we're hearing what we're hearing, to clarify it, because we a lot of times assume or we look at things from our point of view. And so we frame what we hear within that. And it can start to facilitate some negotiation. Okay, well, am I understanding this? Again, that acknowledgement piece that we've talked about being so important, it can create movement in the conversation. So now instead of just repeating over and over the same thing that they've been telling me, I've rephrased it and they can go, no, that's not right. Oh, no, that's not what I meant. Yes, you're finally getting it. They hear it in a different way. Now we can move forward. It's going to elicit more information, just like that example we gave. No, that's not what I meant. Oh, no, that's not what I said. Getting them to elaborate on that and give more information about where we are in the situation. And it's going to model some objective language. If we do it right and we do it well and we throw in some of those positive words and we're effectively listening to what they say, we can help get everybody back on the same page, talking in a more positive way about the conflict and figuring out how to deal with things. So restating can be an effective communication skill in mediating and working our way through some type of a conflict. Okay, and so again, it can assist them in clarifying what was truly important, Provide them with the opportunity to agree or disagree. That's very important. You don't just restate it and then go on about your business. You have to check in and clarify that that was correct. It helps them feel acknowledged. It gives that objective language, and then it creates that movement in the conversation or the conflict. So then we talk about reflecting, which can be very similar to restating, but it's going to talk more about that little emotional piece. So when we reflect, we act as that objective mirror of their feelings or their state of being. Okay. So we tell one or both parties in this situation what we think they're feeling or what we're observing as far as their state of being, where they are, what they're dealing with, what's going on. By feeding back their perception, we acknowledge, we clarify, we model, and we validate all of those things we talked about that we do with restating. Restating is the content. Reflection is going to be more about those emotions and what they're feeling and what's behind that, which is another piece we need to acknowledge in order to have an effective communication. So people, then again, we're going to give them that opportunity to either agree or disagree about what's going on. Okay, well, it seems to me you're really angry. You sound really angry. I'm not angry at all. That's not the problem. Okay, let's talk about what's really going on here. And then hopefully they will clarify where they are, what they're feeling, what's going on. Sometimes people won't problem solve at all if they've not vented their emotions. So sometimes we get to hear a lot of things and it's hard not to take it personal. It's hard not to jump in and start listening just to respond. Well, I'm not going to listen to that. Theirs is what they need to know about what they've done. And forget to take that step back, take that deep breath, reflect on what they're saying to us. If we approach things this way in a positive manner and give people this opportunity, eventually, because everyone's having a more positive communication, we're all going to be in a better place, mentally, physically, all the way around. Okay, so that's where reflecting can provide them with opportunity to say more about what's going on, to help them feel acknowledged, to let them agree or disagree, and hopefully clarify what we're asking or what they're telling us. Allow them the opportunity to explore their own feelings. And if they don't want to talk about their emotions, they won't. Okay, if they don't feel comfortable, they don't want to address this, they won't do it. But sometimes they don't even realize how they're feeling about something until we can have this type of a conversation. It gives them that opportunity to validate those feelings. You get to feel what you feel, whether it's rational to all the rest of us or not. So validating that feeling gives us a place to start in that conversation. So again, it creates that movement in the conversation, in the resolution to the conflict. And it facilitates some area of negotiation. Hey, what are we talking about? My feelings are hurt. Well, my feelings were hurt. And we get to that place where we're seeing where each other's coming from and sharing that point of view. So again, I'm Mindy Turner with the Curry County Cooperative Extension Service, your family and consumer science agent. This has been part 2 of our Mediation Basics Becoming Better Communicators. I hope you'll join me next time as we talk a little bit more about skills that can help you be a better communicator.